Hi, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our Philanthropy Friday event. Today we have our two $100,000 grant winners from this year. We have Bear and we have Covenant House. So they are both going to be sharing with us a little bit about their organization, things that they've been up to lately, and how they've been using our grant money. So first, we're going to start with Mary Hahn from Bear, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what they've been up to. So welcome, Mary.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm going to share my screen, have a few slides for you guys. Let's see if we can make this happen. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Slowly but surely. Good. Okay, awesome. As you guys well know, you've given us a ton of funds to do a lot of amazing things for kids in the foster care system here in the greater Houston area. So we're serving Harris County and the 12 surrounding. But this money is really impactful here in Harris County since this is the biggest county. We are really hard pressed and stretched to serve kids across this county because it is so big. So I just want to share with you, there's the items that we mentioned we would cover. So a database, a lot of marketing and outreach, a database position, and most importantly, these funds are going into photo experiences for our youth, match parties where they can mix and mingle with potential adoptive families. And the exhibits themselves. So that includes portraits, easels. We have some video exhibits. And then one of my personally favorite things is our adoption and permanency boxes that we give to youth and families as they find adoption or permanency. So just to share some beautiful faces with you guys. So again, some of these funds have gone to, or I should say a good portion of these funds have gone to creating experiences for these youth. It's state law here in Texas that youth that are legally available for adoption have their photo made. So typically that's done by a caseworker who says, stand against the wall, and they take a photo and they throw it up on a state-run website. And they do this yearly for these kids. So you have to imagine what it feels like to be one of these youth who has a photo made every year. It's not a great experience for them, especially obviously they're not seeing results, hence they're having this annual photo. And so as part of our Heart Gallery program, we want to make a fun experience. We want to create something very special for them each year. So taking them to the zoo, like Layla and Lila there on the screen. So these two little girls, we took them to the zoo. Sadly, they had never been to the zoo before, so we took them to the zoo for a full day of fun. We had a professional photographer go out with us, and so we enjoyed some fun treats and a day at the zoo. And this was just incredibly exciting for them. You can see the sweet photos on their faces. Nathan, we've been working closely with a gentleman who owns a candy boutique, and he has offered his facility up to us on the occasional Saturday. We'll take a group of kiddos. And so you can see Nathan there enjoying his candy making. So the staff there at Papa Bubble help the kids make their own candy from scratch, and we sugar them up and send them home. Sorry, foster families. But what an amazing experience for these kiddos. Also, you see Giovanni and Julian there, two brothers who have been in the system for most of their lives. We took them to the Children's Museum, and I don't know if you guys have been to the Children's Museum in a while, but I hadn't. Went out with these kids, and what an incredible experience. Lots of fun-filled things for them to do, different rooms for them to go in, and experiences for them to have. And all of these kids would typically not have these access to these experiences without the funds and the support from community folks like you, and funds allowing us to go in and freely let these kids have a great time. Whether it's for 30 minutes or 3 hours, we take them as long as their foster family is able to let them stay. And so it's just a really fun experience. Some of our funds also went to match parties. So for those that don't know much about a match party, that's where we host a big party, usually for 3 to 4 hours. And it's a great space for kiddos that are legally available for adoption to come out and party. And we have foster families or adoptive families, excuse me, who are licensed and ready to adopt come out to our party, and they're able to mix and mingle organically to see where these relationships, how these relationships can be created. So you see Janice and Sophia and Michael, Kaya, sweet Kaya. And so one of our favorite places to host a match party is in Bel Air at Evelyn's Park. They're so great. We have an indoor space and an outdoor space. And so the kids are able to go and have a fun time. We have a DJ, a photo booth. We have lots of arts and crafts. Our Papa Bubble friend comes out actually for those kiddos that didn't have their photo experience at his facility. He creates he has a little cart, comes out and lets the kids make candy. And so lots of fun experiences. So again, creating a fun experience for these kids, but also offering up the opportunity for potential families to come in, visit with these kids, organically mesh, and then hopefully we create some adoptions from this party. We also host a party alongside the Rotary Club of Houston each year. And so our funds, some of those funds help to purchase food. The kids love Chick-fil-A. They're so excited when we moved away from box lunches. Shame on us. So we are doing Chick-fil-A now for the kiddos, thanks to the extra funds from you guys. Big hit. And also some treat bags and fun extra things for them at the party. This match party is usually done in October. We also do one in February alongside Rotary Club. And that is usually not quite as fun because there's not an outdoor space. But it's at the Department of Education building here in Houston, and they allow us to use a very large space to kind of allow the kids to run amok, if you will, with a DJ and some face painting and some other fun things. But a great use of funds to just allow these kids to be kids. So the photos you're seeing here are just some examples of some of the exhibits we've been able to create. So there in the top corner, you see our 9-panel display. Those fabric squares are quite expensive. So it's been amazing to be able to buy more of the 9-panel displays and use those 9-panel photos in a lot of spaces that don't have space for our canvas photos or for easels. And so it's been a great addition to the different variety of exhibits that we've been able to put out. You see there, we have the canvas photos, the easels, some of our marketing materials, but all of these things go to create different types of exhibits so that no one can tell me no about hosting an exhibit. So we appreciate the funds to be able to create different choices for folks that have different size spaces and different ways to host those exhibits. The portraits, the easels, the fabric panels, the marketing material are all critical to promotion of these youth. It's a statewide initiative, Heart Gallery is, and so we all say one photo can change a life. Literally, one photo in the community means promise of potential adoption or permanency for these youth. So you can see to date, we've seen 145 children find permanency. So a good portion of that is adoption, but some of that is kinship and a variety of other forms of permanency. Every month, we feature roughly 125 youth on our website. 47 permanent exhibits you can see from our fiscal year 2024 to 2025. Non-permanent exhibits, roughly 459. And we have had 110 outreach events. With the additional funds that we've used for marketing and promotion, that has propelled us to see someone at an event and they say, oh my gosh, I love this event. I love this exhibit. We would love to host you as well. So these funds have stretched far and wide. So I just want to share too, you guys have done amazing for us in the funds and the support that you've provided, but you can do that on an individual, as an individual as well. So providing in-kind donations, contributing monetarily like you guys did. Volunteering is huge for us. We never have enough volunteers. During our back to school program, we use around 600 volunteers. And at Christmas, I laugh as I say this, it's already underway for us. We will use around 1,100, 1,200 volunteers. Hosting a heart gallery is huge. Again, promotion of these youth. There's not a day that I don't work in the community that someone doesn't come to me and say, like, wow, I didn't know these kids existed here in Harris County or in our backyard. And they very well do. So hosting a photo experience, saying, here's X amount to support 2 youth to go to the zoo this month. Supporting our 2 major fundraisers, Clays for Kids or Stetsons and Stilettos, is huge for us. But at the end of the day, just a simple like, share, and follow us on social is very, very impactful. If anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer those. I do want to say, I know I ran through things kind of quickly because I want to be respectful of your time, and I'm so grateful to be able to share these things with you. But I can't tell you how important the work that you guys are, the work that you're doing in the community is wildly impactful. But for us, it's been moving mountains for us. It has allowed our small team to stretch and to do more than we have been able to do ever. And so from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you so much. And if you guys have questions, I'm happy to answer those.
Great. Thank you so much, Mary.
Yeah.
That was very interesting. I love seeing all the photos and how it really does make a difference, right? And it doesn't look so much like a mugshot, right? It gives these kids some life to them. So thank you for sharing those photos. So I did have a question. So when you have siblings, like you guys do place them together, right? That's your goal, is placing them together.
Our goal is to place them together. I will be honest, a lot of times when they come into the system, they're not always placed together. So
Mhm.
sometimes these photo experiences is the first time or the few times that they get to see each other. Layla and Lila, you saw those photos. They are placed together at the moment, but we have a lot of siblings that are not. And so being able to create a photo experience, a fun photo experience, not only is good for that individual child, but it's great for them to be together. Sometimes these kids haven't seen each other in months. So being able to put them together during a fun experience builds that bond as well.
Great. Thank you, Mary. Paige submitted a question. She wanted to know if you could discuss some of the collaborations with some of our other grant recipients. Have you collaborated with any of our other ones?
As far as resources go, or just as far as photos?
I don't know. Paige, do you mean like resource, or how do you mean the collaboration? I don't know if Paige is on there. Okay, well, we can go back to that later in case you didn't
So
hear.
I will say too, we partner with a variety of organizations on a variety of different levels. In the past, we've even provided, for example, Covenant House. We've provided them with formula and car seats
Okay.
and pack and plays in the past. We don't do it regularly, but when they have a need, they're able to reach out. We have some organizations that we partner with every single month. Some of them are quarterly, and some of them are just as needed. For example, we also too work with a lot of child placing agencies, a lot of residential treatment centers. Those child placing agencies will often host an exhibit when they do an event to help promote the kids that they're trying to get adopted. So because we have these Canvas photos, it's an extension of these kids. So we're able to put these faces out at a variety of events to help with the promotion.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, any other questions for Mary before we turn things over to Felicia? No? Okay. Well, thank you again, Mary. We appreciate that update. And we appreciate all the great work you guys are doing. I know you guys are super busy, so thank you for taking some time out for us today. So, okay, Felicia, are you there? Are you ready to share a little bit about Covenant House? I will pull up her while we're waiting for Felicia. I do have her slides.
Good afternoon.
Hi, I have your slides up. Did you want to share your screen, or are you fine with me sharing?
Oh, I'm fine with you sharing. Thank you so
Okay.
much. I actually am in my office. There was a chance that I might not be, but I did make it back. And so thank you so much, Megan. But it would be
Yeah.
great if you could run
Yeah.
those while I talk.
Yep.
Uh,
You just let me know when you're ready for the next one.
all right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this. I remember a year ago, I was laughing with Megan that I felt much different the last time because I was just getting to know Impact 100 and our board chair and also our medical clinic director, Dr. Albert Hergenroder, and I met with you all initially just to share our mission. And so that's absolutely where I want to start again today, just in case there are those of you all who would like a refresher. And also because now you have been a part of the investment in the mission. And so, again, Covenant House, Texas is the only agency in Houston that exclusively and comprehensively serves youth 18 to 24 who are overcoming homelessness. And when I first began to talk in front of those who were reviewing our committee of applications, immediately there was a connection with those women. And one of the reasons is because um, I think there's just a heartfelt, um, compassionate, service based notion within the Impact 100 women, but also because many of them could understand when they came to our campus exactly how an 18 to 24-year-old could wind up in a circumstance where they are without anyone. And that's where our young people land at Covenant House, Texas, is through aging out of foster care, through running away, or through abandonment by their parents. Many of them have lost financial aid, and a lot of them are early and young parents. And we know that is one of the pipelines to homelessness is that you yourself don't have the economic stability to be able to maintain a permanent dwelling. But compounding that is when you have a little one of your own. And so a lot of our youth experience homelessness, not only for themselves, but for the next generation. And so our goal is to move young people from a situation of crisis to a situation of economic mobility. And while they're with us, we're pouring into them unconditional love and absolute respect, but skills and opportunities for them to remove themselves from homelessness permanently. And that's the mission of Covenant House, Texas. And so, with that, are we sharing the screen yet, or we can
Yes.
sharing? Okay.
Yeah.
Tell if it's on.
Oh,
Uh,
can you guys not see my screen?
I don't see it. I don't
Okay.
know if others might be able to.
No, I can't.
Okay.
Okay. No,
My apologies. Hold on
it's
just a
okay.
minute.
The last year, I'll just keep talking until we get it up, but the last year has just been full of so many things for our campus, one of which is we had an interim CEO last year at this time, as our former CEO of 8 years retired. And we have now, we've now welcomed our new CEO, Anthony Flynn, who you see below. And pictured here is Mike Holland, our board chair, who continues to be our board chair. We are excited about the new leadership because it comes in conjunction with our new facility. And many of you may remember that we were under construction and just about ready to finish that at the time that you either toured and visited or that I spoke at the November event. And since then, and this is our mission again, but since then, we have now cut the ribbon, and some of you were at our ribbon cutting ceremony, and you helped us celebrate what started as a complete demolition of our current campus at 1111 Lovett Boulevard and has progressed into a 104,000 square foot facility, better equipped to house 50% more youth and at an advanced level of service. And so today, what you're seeing here is our new 104,000 square foot facility completed. And if not for the continued support of so many folks, both pouring into our Building for Life capital campaign, but also into our programs that had to coexist even while we were raising the funds to build this. Impact 100 stepped in a huge way. And so if we continue on, would like to just share with you, this is the inside. This is our new facility. And just to give you some data, in the last year, we've been able to provide 35,900 nights of safe shelter to 939 youth in Houston. And so that impact is just unbelievable. The impact of being able to say, come on in and let us protect you, let us feed you. This is a picture of our dining area where we have 3 meals a day, as well as a snack available to young people. The campus now mimics a college campus, and that was intentionally done because 18 to 24-year-olds thrive in this sort of environment where we bring all of the resources into one facility where transportation, timeliness, navigating the community is not a barrier to them receiving services. So also on our campus is our medical clinic, and many of you know Dr. Albert Hergenroder, who is the chief of adolescent medicine and sports medicine at Texas Children's Hospital. He also serves as the director of our now Dr. H Medical Clinic here on our campus, where we're able to serve our youth and their little ones every single day. And so free healthcare is a part of this continuum of care. And then, of course, how will they be able to sustain themselves after Covenant House, Texas? Well, they've got to either resume their education, enter into higher education, and or acquire a job. And what we're aiming for is a career, that their income will be self-sustainable, that they're able to find affordable housing. And that begins with having an income. And so a picture that you're seeing right now is from our Career and Education Center. But where your dollars have gone is toward the young mothers who have little ones right now. And you're seeing a picture of the first days of our existence on our new campus. Since then, we have a huge mural that's painted on all of these walls. So it looks more like a space for mothers and children. But right here, you'll see that there is a mother and a baby. Wanted to give you a little bit of data on those that you have served. And if we go on to a future slide, there we go. In our Young Parents program this year, your grant has helped to provide all of the resources that a young mother, and there were 19 of them over the last year, and 25 individual babies and toddlers who resided with us for up to 18 months during their stay. A period of that time was during the grant period, and so your impact allowed them to be each paired with a case manager who looked at their individual stories and helped the mother or the father in 2 of the cases to obtain a stability that they'd not had before they arrived. And so that means that some of them we aided in getting their basic identification. How can you get a job if you don't have an ID, if you don't have a social security card, if you don't have a birth certificate? And many of our homeless youth come to us with nothing. And so starting at the beginning is where our case manager intersects with our young people initially, but moves them through what we call a journey through our mental health program, allowing them to get counseling. And for our young parents program, your dollars helped our young people navigate through a circle of security program that helps them become nurturing parents who are also mentally healthy as parents, and then pass along that stability to their young one, developing the awesome relationships that we know they're capable of, but in many cases have never been shown by their parents. And then we are not a daycare, but we do provide access to daycare with partners in the community who reserve spaces at their daycare centers for our young people. In fact, this morning we took 4 or 5 mothers over to a local daycare where we have those spots available so that our young mothers can go out and interview, so that they are able to maintain a job while they're with us. In fact, I spoke with a mother, Mariah, this morning. She is 20 years old, and she has one 10-month-old, and she's pregnant with her second child. And at 20 years old, with no family in terms of a parental generation above her, not even grandparents that she could turn to. She had nowhere to go. Not only is Mariah with us, but also her sister, Chrislyn, who has a child of her own as well. And these two mothers, you would not believe, they are phenomenal. They take care of their children. Her sister's child, Cameron, is brilliant. He is a fully functioning 2 year old in every respect of that word. And he is just so smart and communicative and leading the way for the 10-month-old cousin that he has with him here. All of our services are cost free. And that also includes the provision of so many things that these mothers need daily. Your gift has allowed us to purchase diapers and wipes and car seats and strollers and all of the clothing needs for both mother and child throughout the grant period. So we say thank you to you all for many, many different reasons. And we hope that this is not just bound to the grant period in which you've contributed significantly to our bottom line, which as of this year is 9.5 million, but also just to the hands and the hearts that are now knowledgeable about what Covenant House Texas does. I am just blessed to have been a part of the amazing experience that I was given the opportunity to attend last year, and also getting to know some of your members who have continued to volunteer with us. I see Paige's name on this call, and she has just immersed herself into our mission. In fact, the other day we were emailing because she contacted me to let me know that Josh Hader, our closing pitcher for the Astros, posted about Covenant House Texas. In fact, he's nominated for a service award in the MLB, and part of that is his service to both Bear and Covenant House Texas, which is another way that your organization and the Houston Astros have brought two wonderful missions together for good in this community. You're part of a bigger cycle of making sure that the youngest of those who are lost and without in our community have access, and then even those emerging into adulthood can do so in a successful, stable, healthy manner. And I hope that you leave this year understanding that through Bear and Covenant House Texas, you all have really poured into us not only a financial blessing, but a lot more than just that. Your opportunity to continue with Covenant House Texas can play out in many different ways. Some of you have already signed up to help us next weekend at Rice University as we host our annual Guts and Glory Corporate Obstacle Challenge. We're still looking for people like Paige who are willing to come out and help us time the corporations as they move from obstacle to obstacle. If you are available next Saturday, we would love for you to be there, not only to help us with the administration of this cool little obstacle course, but to hear the story of one of our youth that is currently with us. Not only that, but we would love to continue to be a part of you. And likewise, I commit to joining Impact 100 as a member. I would be honored to be a part of your membership and join in with the impactful work that more than 100 women are doing. And I would love to be in that number. Are there any questions that you all have for me?
Thank you so much, Felicia. I actually I found a photo that we took at the ribbon cutting ceremony that actually has part of the mural.
Oh,
So I'm gonna I gotta share my screen again. Hold on just a
okay.
second.
And thank you so much, Megan, for all that you're doing. I know
Oh,
this
yeah, yeah, yeah.
work requires a lot of coordination.
Oh
And
no, I'm gonna pull this photo up and then I'm gonna share my screen
you took the time to come and join us on that day. Oh,
so
yes.
you guys can see that.
Oh,
Um,
my
yeah,
gosh.
so this is this woman right here on the in the on the right of the picture in the red and white dress. She was the
Yes.
artist, so she painted all that. And I thought was so cute was she all the animals on there. So this is the whole room. Like this is just one side of it, and it goes on the other side. Each animal, there's an animal for every letter of the alphabet, right?
Yes.
And so
Yes.
the kids can go in there and they can figure out. Obviously there's the zebra, but she has an animal in there for every letter of the alphabet. So it's so cool, and can see all the books and everything they have in there. So I was so impressed with that room and everything else you guys are doing. But I was like, this room is so cute.
Oh, well, thank you for showing that. I actually, Megan, if I might be able to just send you, it didn't come up on my computer, but I took pictures of two of the youth. One of them is Mariah, and she took a picture holding a thank you sign for you all in this space. This is one of the young mothers who is currently expecting, but also has the 10-month-old. So I would love to share that with you. She is actually one impacted by your dollars. I just couldn't
Oh,
get it to send. I think the image is too large to send, but I would love for you all to see that and just know that there are some youth here right now that have been impacted by you.
yeah, that's so great. Yeah, I would love to see that. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions for Felicia? Okay, well, before we end, and since we got you on here now, Felicia, we're gonna we just would love to hear your impact statement about just Impact 100 Houston in general and how our grant funds have helped to fund your work here. So if you could have your statement, and then Mary will go to you next to have your statement.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you so much, Impact 100, for making a significant impact in the lives of 18 to 24-year-olds who are navigating life to overcome homelessness in Houston. Your gift specifically served young mothers and their babies and toddlers. We had 19 mothers during your period of your grant, with 25 individual babies who received comprehensive care and safe shelter and all the unconditional love that we could possibly offer them. Um, in turn, they are given the opportunity to change their situation from crisis and move into economic mobility, not only for themselves, but for their little ones. And so every single night that they had safe care and shelter, know that you've been a part of that. For every young mother and father who go on to be able to create a nurturing environment for their children, you're part of that as well. We thank you so much for what you've poured into our mission. We hope that you'll remain connected with us in many different ways. But thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your love, your care, your compassion, and your donation to Covenant House, Texas. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Felicia. Okay, Mary, you're up.
All right. Thanks to the generous grant funding from Impact 100 Houston, children in foster care have experienced life-changing opportunities that have significantly reshaped their futures. This impactful partnership has illuminated the journeys of these children, providing them with newfound visibility and a hope for a permanent, loving family. By sharing their poignant stories through powerful photographic exhibits, these children's narratives come to life, celebrating their resilience and the potential for a brighter tomorrow. We can't do this work without folks like you. Dedicated members of Impact 100 are changing the world. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Mary. Thanks both of you for your time. I know both of you are very busy, so we appreciate you taking a little time out of your day to share all the great work you guys are up to. And I was telling Mary this at the beginning that we're kind of at the fun part now where our FACs have finished up their work and are choosing their finalists. And so to our members, just mark your calendars. We have our Meet the Finalists event coming up on October 15th. At the Centennial Gardens. And so you can meet all of our 5 finalists at that point and we'll reveal who it is. So we hope to see a lot of you there on October 15th. So if no one has any other questions, we'll go ahead and end the session. We appreciate your time. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.